Hello, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Pocono Speedway near the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania. We're here for race number 18 of the season, about 7 races away from the season finale at Atlanta, and the championship is starting to form a bit more, starting to get a bit closer to the end. Peter Lane extended his points lead by winning back-to-back races last week at Dover in the wildest way possible. Now he has an 84-point lead over his teammate Prurab Srivastava. Will that change? We will see. Let's get through your starting lineup. 42 cars in the field. On pole today is St. Craig, who had a hot streak earlier this season but has kind of tapered off. He's kind of out of the championship hunt right now. We'll see if this race changes anything. Kurt Perkins to his outside, meanwhile, he was also kind of part of the championship hunt for most of the season. He had a great race at Pocono last season. We'll see if he can continue that. Row 2 is Manuel Sanchez and Willie Costa. Row 3 is Caleb Lane and Mark Guerrero. Row 4 is Sierra Reno and Ezekiel Garcia Ball. There's Reno right there. Why is the camera angle so weird? I don't know. Anton Alvarez and Nelson Reeves in row 5. Row 6 is Flandre Wilson and your current points leader, Peter Lane. I think this is row 5, or is it row 6? I believe it's row 6. Row 7 is Brock Moore and Alan Rose, the new colors this weekend. Row 8 is Mark Evans, who's third in the points now. Could possibly take the points lead if he has a good day. And Mark McDowell, who has outside. Row 9 is Doge Borkington and Jonathan Marks. Row 10 is your current Rookie of the Year leader, that being Montana Sherman and Leroy Conwell. Row 11 includes Fleet Cruz, and second in points now is Prurab Srivastava, looking to make up a lot of ground he lost. Row 12 is Ryan Scarrett, and to his outside, Owen McThydig. Row 13 is Carlson Bevelst and Tegan Fox. Row 14, he won Pocono last year, that being Michael Parsons, and Samuel Levester to his outside. Row 15 is Riley Smith and Kyra Sistry. Row 16 is Alex Davidson and Tsukamoto Kazuko. Row 17 is Dan Sedgwick and Angel Gutierrez. Did not have a good race at Dover, looking to make up the points on the Rookie of the Year. We'll see if he can do that. Row 18 is Aaron Pawlowski and Asher Eveland. Row 19 is Kellen Short and Skippy Larson. Row 20 is Big Mac and Neil Dick. And the final row, Patrick Hamites and Luke Evans rounds out your 42-car starting grid. 50 laps around the triangle, the tricky triangle, some say. Let's get this race underway.
Drivers, to your cars.
And there you see the engines firing up, ready to get going here. They don't call it the tricky triangle for nothing. 3 corners, all at different banking. It's going to be very interesting to see how these drivers handle the track. Some might say they didn't handle it as well last year, but you never know what could change in a year. As St. Craig, Kurt Perkins will lead the field to green here. Pace car will make the left-hand turn onto pit road, and we will see who will end up victorious after 50 laps. St. Craig leads the field to green, and the green flag is waving. We are underway. They head down the long front straightaway. Cars get fanned out here 3 wide, sometimes 4 wide if you're lucky, as Craig clears Perkins into turn 1. Sanchez trying to do the same, and he will also do that. He'll get clear of the number 5 on the outside. Caleb Lane right behind, also trying to clear the outside line, not the preferred line right now, as Sanchez is trying to go for the lead here to start off this race. Still looking for his first win of the season after winning 2 races last season. And also trying to stay in the top 30 in owners' points. And he will easily clear to the lead. Start pulling away here as Lane gets turned around. And immediately we have our first wreck of the day. Yellow flag. Looks like it's a 2-car incident to start us off. Just including Craig, so I don't think that should be restart necessary. So we're under caution for the first time today, and you saw it all there. Folks, what just happened? And that can happen sometimes at Pocono, especially in turn 3. Let's see what happened. So Caleb Lane trying to get second place. Side by side with St. ST Craig here. He kind of slides up into him eventually, and Craig gets into the wall. Kind of severe damage to the right side for him. Then he eventually gets up into the wall. Kind of also severe damage to him, but everybody does a fantastic job getting through this wreck. That could have been a bigger wreck, but everybody does a great job sneaking their way through. But very unfortunate for Caleb Lane here. Had a great starting position, and now he has a slightly damaged race car. We'll see if he can be able to rebound from that, but that's why we're under caution for the first time today. And already with this first caution, you see some drivers heading to pit road. Costa, however, deciding to stay out under this caution along with a couple other drivers behind. Emmanuel Sanchez and a lot of the front runners are heading to pit road here. Very long racetrack, and they finally complete lap number 3 here, so Costa staying out. As you just saw, there he is, along with Alan Rose and a couple other drivers behind him. We'll see if Sanchez can have a good pit stop, and I wonder how that affects his strategy at all in this race. Oh, collision out of pit road. Garcia Ball and Reno there. Looks like fuel only for most of these guys. And another collision there. Perkins and SD Craig. More damage for Craig there, so bit of pit road mishaps there. Looks like everybody will continue on, but some drivers have more damage. Very severe right side damage for Perkins there. Probably for Garcia Ball as well, I would imagine. So that'll be interesting. But Manuel Sanchez off first. And looks like the top 7, I believe, has stayed out. So it'll be very interesting to see how this restart goes and how the fuel strategy holds up for the entire race. Getting ready for the first restart of the race. Not even almost a lap in, did we have our first caution. That is cleanup and dealt with. Everybody did pit stops. Mostly took fuel. The top 7 stayed out though, so it'll be interesting to see how their strategies work by not taking fuel. As Willie Costa will lead us back to green here. Sistry having a mechanical issue. It looks like he'll make it back though. Pace car pulls in. Costa ready to take the green flag. Rose right behind him. Scared in third, and we're back underway. The field already spreading out. Rose, Davidson going way low. Trying to make it 3 wide perhaps as they all barrel down into turn 1. Costa still having the lead though. Taking a bit of a higher route here. That's going to work out for Scarrett really well. Got the power compared to Costa here, but it's a tight gap right there between him and Alan Rose here. They're going to be 3 wide heading into the tunnel turn 2. That usually doesn't bode well. We'll see if it works. And it does. Scarrett's going to take the lead with that move. Nice move there by the 54 Ryan Scarrett. And he'll come into turn 3. We'll see if we can make it through here cleanly. Looks like we might be able to. Davidson trying to go for second place. Had a great run at Dover last week. He's looking for another solid run here as we complete our first lap of the day. No caution. Looks like Garcia Ball, the damage too big for him. It looks like also Sistry is out. He will be the first retirement. Engine failure for him. Very unfortunate. Scarrett starting to pull away here. Luke Evans trying to fight for third place here. Looks like that battle was unsuccessful. Perkins trying to make his way through the field. They're getting a bit dicey behind. Brock Moore. Guerrero getting a bit together. That's not going to end well, and they all wreck. Big crash in the tunnel turn. Oh, watch out, everybody. Everybody's going to make it through, but Sherman, heavy damage. He took a big hit. Reeves involved. And you knew that just wasn't going to work well. Caution is out for the second time today. That saved Garcia Ball. He's immediately back out. Scarrett will take the caution. And I just hope Sherman's okay. He took a massive hit there, but let's see what happened. So there's the first contact between Moore and Guerrero there. They make contact. And then they once again make contact, and they just continue to keep making contact. Oops. On their way down the straightaway here. And they just keep leaning on each other and leaning on each other. It seems like they're going to wreck at this point here. but both of them managing to keep it under control. They keep leaning on each other, leaning on each other. Moore is about this close from hitting the grass, but he never does. Then eventually they're both going to have to lean off of each other. He almost turns Guerrero right there. It seems like both of them are going to keep it under control, but it's just not meant to be. They continue to make contact. Moore's into the grass, and you knew it just wasn't going to end well. He hits uh, the little apron right there, gets into Guerrero. Guerrero gets into Sherman. Sherman takes a big shot into the wall here. Look at that. Oof. Got some airtime there. All four tires off the ground as both Moore and Reeves, who got involved, go spinning. And once again, great wreck avoidance, especially from Mark Evans there. Thought he was going to slide up into the accident, but everybody once again does a great job avoiding this wreck. Very unfortunate for some of these bystanders that Moore and Guerrero were being idiots, and now under the second caution here today. Inside 8.3 with Guerrero. Wow. Sherman definitely got something. And slightly overstated Guerrero. That's why we're under caution. Once again, it looks like we're going to have pit stops here. And that looks like this time, nobody is staying out. Everybody's coming in. Except maybe Garcia Ball here. Let's see if he stays out. And he will. Maybe take advantage of that since he pitted and somehow managed to stay on the lead lap. Be interesting how his strategy goes now since he's a bit off cycle, but since he beat the pace car when the caution came out, it might actually work out for him. It'll be interesting to see. But he'll be on slightly older tires here as everybody's getting tires now. Unlike the last pit stop where everybody just got fuel, and Scarrett is already out of his stall. Rose trying to beat out Davidson here. Let's see if he can. Yes, he will. Good pit stop there for Rose, off second. Very good pit stop for Stravosova there. He's off fourth. Definitely needs a pit stop like that to stay in the championship battle. McThydig off fifth. Luke Evans sixth. Alvarez, Aaron Pulaski, ninth off. Some very good pit stops here for some of these smaller teams. And a very good pit stop there for Scarrett. He has the lead, but everybody behind him. Now he has to deal with Garcia Ball, so that'll be interesting to see which strategy works out. Wrapping up the second caution here, ready for another restart here with about 40 laps to go. Cautions have come a bit quick. We have 3 retirements so far. Montana Sherman and Nelson Reeves have both retired. Brock Moore has stayed in the race. Ezekiel Garcia Ball stayed out. I think he pitted while under green flag condition and somehow managed to get out before the pace car passed him. So he is currently the leader since he did not take tires, or excuse me, did not pit at all, and we'll see what interesting strategy he has because everybody else behind him has pretty much taken tires and they're slightly fresher than his. We'll see how that works out for him. Green flag is out. We're back underway. And so far, pretty clean restart. Rose already jumping out once again. Scarrett deciding to stay behind Garcia Ball. We'll see how well that works out for him. Rose deciding, no, I'm not going to be patient at all. Davidson being a bit more impatient. He's being a bit more aggressive. Tight there. Tight. They keep banging off each other. Is this going to be the same incident? No, they managed to keep it under control this time. Garcia Ball starting to pull a little bit away as Davidson continues to fight for third place. He's going to get that third place as they make contact behind. Rose up into the wall. Looks like Riley Smith also made contact with the wall, but everybody's fine. Scarrett's trying to go for the lead here. Trying to get his lead back. Side by side here with Garcia Ball here. Davidson on a close third. Drag race coming down the front stretch. It's just like last year, but not even close to the finish this time. Side by side. Garcia Ball just barely led the lap. But Scarrett will have the advantage down here into turn 1. Still side by side, Scarrett's gonna clear him. Garcia Ball will now fall back to second and maybe even third here as here comes Aline McThydig. Davidson in trouble as well. Here comes Luke Evans having a strong run. 3 wide coming into the tunnel turn. How well is this going to work? Oh, Davidson sliding up. Garcia ball just off the wall, and there goes Alvarez spinning across the grass into the inside wall. I'm not sure if anybody else got involved there. A little bit of a stack up. No yellow. And it looks like we will continue. Alvarez will also continue. And Scarrett lost the lead. Meanwhile, Aline McThydig has taken the lead. And for Anton Alvarez, no caution for him, unfortunately. As Luke Evans trying to fight for second place. Side by side between him and Scarrett there. Looks like Scarrett will win the battle on the high side. As McThydig is starting to pull away a little bit more as everybody gets in line. Costa fighting with Doge Borkington for 4th place, I believe, or 5th place. It is 5th place as Borkington slides way up. He's going to get into the outside wall. Unfortunate for Borkington there. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe got on the marbles a bit. Shrivastava was going to try to take advantage of that, trying to close up the points lead right now. Where is Peter Lane? Lane's currently 15th, so he's not too far behind. But every point matters, as Evans takes over 2nd place. And we're so far so good through this restart, despite multiple contacts and multiple damaged cars after making contact with the outside wall, as Scarrett looks like he's going to fall back into 4th place. Try to stay out of the outside wall, Scarrett. Stravosva, oh, so close. It seems like these tires do not grip well to the high side. It seems like they get up into the marbles there. But everybody looks like it's going to be fine. Workington trying to pass Garcia Ball here. Still on the older tires. And it looks like it's affecting him now. So tight off the tunnel turn there. You never know what could happen. Looks like someone scraped the wall behind as Garcia Ball continues to drop back. See any action up front? Looks like McThydig still leading. Luke Evans trying to close in. But McThydig is starting to pull away here a little bit. And it's gotten a little bit calmer here out front. It's gotten into a bit of a train, if you will. As Alvarez continues trucking. See if we have any update on Perkins here, trying to fight for the championship. And he hasn't really made up any positions right now. Well, I mean, he has, but not a lot, as you would expect. You would expect from the 2-time defending champion. As it's still pretty calm here up front. Single file. Except for Parsons here, trying to go for a move here. Oh, and they make contact! Evans is around! And more involved! And it's a big pile up on the back stretch. Luke Evans, Mark Guerrero, another incident involved with him. Peter Lane's involved. He has damage. S.T. Craig, they're wrecking up front here. Riley Smith and Samuel Levester. And another huge wreck. Tegan Fox involved. Was Perkins involved? Looks like he's pretty clean, but it's like some championship implications. I think Reno, yeah, he got involved. She got involved too. And another caution. But the biggest one involved was definitely Peter Lane. He has damage now. I kind of saved Alvarez. Well, what happened to cause that? Well, I mentioned that 3 wide out of the tunnel turn here doesn't quite work well, but it seems like they're going 4 wide there for a second, and that really doesn't work. Evans continues sliding up into Guerrero, and they eventually make contact, sending Evans around. He eventually clips Peter Lane right there. Nowhere for him to go. But it looks like he almost keeps it under control. Then Big Mac gets involved, and the track is blocked at this point. It's going to be hard to get through, and Sierra Reno almost does, but then plows into the back of Lane. And then somehow those two get involved. We'll check on that later. Craig, I think, plows into the back of Guerrero there. They're making some contact behind there, but everybody's doing a good job kind of avoiding that from behind. Oh, and Evelyn goes way down in the grass there. There's Tegan Fox getting scraped up a bit. Evelyn does a great job avoiding that. Looks like Levester, meanwhile, over here clips the grass and then gets into Riley Smith there, who already made contact with the wall. sends both of them sliding up, and both of them damaged. Very unfortunate for both of them, but they were kind of struggling for most of the day. Wow, Evelyn does a great job not getting anybody involved, and yeah, it looks like both of them will continue. And there's many drivers here doing a great job avoiding the wreck. Yeah, the biggest one for sure involved was Peter Lane. Looks like he'll continue, but it will be interesting to see how this shapes up for the championship. And that's why we're under the third caution of the day. Another caution, another round of pit stops. Once again, everybody looks like they're coming in. And it looks like this time, for real this time, nobody is staying out. So Lee McThardig leads a bunch of them onto pit road. And yeah, nobody is staying out this time. All the damaged cars as Scarrett scrapes by McThardig. Now, both of their cars have damage here as once again, 4 tires. Looks like 4 tires for a lot of these drivers, including Scared as well. Stravostova almost scrapes another car. Fleet Crew's trying to get into his stall. I don't think Brockmore has made a stall, but a great stop by McThardig there. Pretty much beats everybody out. Craig's going to have a bit of trouble getting into his stall. Collision contact. It looks like everybody's okay as Kasha, I believe, will come out second. Luke Evans kind of got screwed over there. And now has to move into third. Davidson fourth. Scarrett fifth. Wandre Wilson up to sixth. Pulaski up to seventh. Garcia Ball now on fresher tires. We'll see how that works out for him. Shrivastava a little bit further back. Jonathan Marks up to 11th. Conwell up to 12th. Looks like Alan Rose did not have a good pit stop, but definitely will be interesting. Shrivastava championship now going to be heating up. There's Peter Wayne. He'll be back out, but he has damage. So does ST Craig. Alvarez, well, he jumps up a couple spots, but he's got no ass. So it'll be interesting. Headless Wonder, Sierra Reno. It'll be interesting how this all works out at the end of the race. Getting ready for our third restart of the day. About to be 30 laps to go here as the pace car pulls in. Had a little bit of a longer green flag run. Let's see if we can get that again. As pace car pulls in, McThardig gets the green flag, and we're back underway. And already an intense restart. Flaring out a bit. Costa looking, peeking, seeing if he can make the pass for the lead. No, he can't. Stravostava being a bit aggressive behind. 3 wide for a second there. Is that going to work for him? Oh, and he makes contact with Garcia Bull. That's not what he needed at all. They made contact behind. They're wrecking behind again. And it looks like no caution for that. Garcia Bull down on the grass. Neil Dick. Kazuko destroyed there. That's going to be a yellow. And our 4th caution of the day. Oh my goodness, it's been a wreck fest here today. That's not what Stravostava needed at all. Tegan Fox all torn up. Looks like Anton Alvarez was involved, and it's another big wreck involving multiple drivers. Yeah, Stravostava, just bad luck again. Perkins was involved. And it seems like Peter Lane is being bailed out. Let's see what happened. Stravostava trying to make a move here on Pulaski here. 3 wide. And he slides up, makes contact with the 4. Who eventually makes contact with Garcia Ball. And then those two sliding up. Pulaski makes a nice save there. And then both of them making contact with the wall here. Running along it. And Stravostava is mostly fine. We got to focus on Garcia Ball here, I believe. 17 machine. And, oh. Making contact with K-Mates, sends Neil Dick spinning. And then he makes contact with the outside wall. And then eventually comes down. And gets plowed by Perkins there. Lassico nowhere to go there. Plows into the back of the 5. And then Tegan Fox, kind of just a bystander, plows into the back of Big Mac there. And Alvarez also, I think, gets involved here somewhat. Yes, he does. Plows into the back of the 88. And yeah, just another big accident here. And it involves Perkins as well. Stravostova obviously got some damage in that. And that's going to help his teammate a bit in the championship battle. And once again, this race has been a wreckfest today. We'll see how this all turns out at the end. Once again, getting ready for another restart here at Pocono. Got important news, Strasbourg also pitted, along with the other damaged cars. Now he's all the way back here. Peter Lane just in front. Slightly damaged, but he's got some slower cars to deal with. So it will be interesting if he can make his way through the field somehow and pass his teammate. Try to gain points on him here. Pace car pulling in. William McLeod still leading. When they cross the line here, it will be the halfway point in the race. So, we'll see how long this green flag run stands as we're back underway. And we're starting to fan out here. Scarrett trying to get some momentum going. In a good position to gain points on a lot of drivers here right now, and he needs to go quickly if he wants to get that done. As he slides up, could be the same situation as McLeod also slides up. Seems like the tires starting to wear out more along this run. Wilson battling with Scarrett here. As they head down the backstretch, Jonathan Marks also a part of this battle. Costa's going for the lead. Here comes Willie Costa trying to go for the lead. McLeod and him are side by side here down the backstretch. Or, well, I guess down the third stretch, if you will. McLeod trying to beat him out, and it looks like I don't know. It's going to be close here. McLeod, I think, just barely has the edge there, with the high side being the advantage here. Looks like we got 3 wide behind. Wilson trying to make it 3 wide here, meanwhile. Trying to go for second place. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, if you will. Kellen Short, her teammate right behind, also trying to do that. Last time we were 3 wide here, it didn't quite work. Will it work this time? Yeah, yes, it will. It's going to work this time. Jonathan Marks also trying to get through. I think we're fine behind. As you just saw there, looks like Stravostova has made it through the slower cars. You can see Kazuko is not very fast right now, missing the hood. But Peter Lane looks like... Oh, well, he just passed Peter Lane. I just realized that. My bad. But yeah, very important for Stravostova getting points as Wilson moves up into second place. Jonathan Marks up to third. Manuel Sanchez up to fourth. He just came out of nowhere. Costa, Skippy Larson as well. And also Michael Parsons as Luke Evans continues to fall back. Wilson trying to go for the lead here, meanwhile. Out front, Scotsman versus Irishman. Or Scotswoman, if you will. And she's going to win that battle here. Tight there between the top second place there as Jonathan Marks battles out with McFadden. And it looks like mechanical issue for 50 for the 77. Don't know where Big Mac is right now. Still running on the racetrack right now. Oh, that's not right. There we go. Top 3 getting closer together with each other. McLeod trying to go for the move here. Cannot clear. Didn't have enough of a run. Will stay right behind the 40 as they head down into turn 1. McLeod will have a chance here this time. Just doesn't have enough of a momentum boost. As Wilson will slid up too much. Gives room to McLeod here. They're side by side. That's going to work out for the 91. And he's going to retake the lead. Elaine McLeod back out front. Jonathan Marks trying to go for second as well. Skippy Larson now a part of this battle. So is Manuel Sanchez. Michael Parsons right behind. Luke Evans. Dan Sedgwick. A lot of faces we haven't seen today. Starting to join in on the battle. Starting to join in on the fun. Marks trying to go for the lead. Trying to go for his last win in RMS before he hangs up his helmet for the final time. Can he do it today? Well, he's got about 20 laps to go. That's still enough time for McLeod to fight back and everybody else behind too. We might not even finish pit stops as well. You got to think about that. Larson trying to go for the lead here. He didn't have enough room. And now Jonathan Marks is finally going to clear here out of turn 1. I got to remember this is turn 1. It's just so wide. And yes, Larson's trying to go for second now too. As there's Big Mac trying to make some mechanical changes. Peter Lane not very fast. Sierra Reno, Garcia Ball, Stravostova staying with it just a bit, but definitely going to gain points on his teammate right now with how Lane is running. And Marks clear. The Californians 1-2 so far. Parsons trying to go for third place here. It's a bit of a train right now, but it looks like McThydig will win that battle. As they all head down the front stretch. 20 laps to go for Jonathan Marks. Can he do it? I'm not sure. Last win was at Talladega 2 years ago. Well, almost 2 years ago, but very close to going back to victory lane here as Wilson gets around Sanchez. Luke Evans, his strong day continues. He's trying to pass Manuel Sanchez as well. Dan Sedgwick, Asher Evelyn into the top 10. Strong run for a lot of these small-time teams. Very impressive for all of them. As Marks still holding on to the lead just by a small gap. Caleb Lane rebounding since the first caution came out. He's into the top 15, I believe. Or just outside of it. Yes, 15th place. Good run for him. After all that drama that happened on the first lap. And yeah, you can see Peter Lane and Reno, they're very much off the pace here. It's a bit of a train here. Shavasova has caught up with some of these cars in front of him, so trying to extend the lead now, but I doubt that Peter Lane will continue here. And so will Reno. Looks like Big Mac is not out, but a lap down. So he's a trooper, he continues. Oh, 23 Mac issue. And caution out. Yellow flags. Back out again. Did he cause a wreck? Oh, there he is. For Mark Evans, he didn't need this mech issue. Third in points right now. And the engine smoking and jittering. Well, that's the car jittering. I don't see any other cars damaged, so I imagine threw the caution because of the engine failure for Evans, and it looks like he's going to bring it back around. But another caution once again, but we had a nice green flag run there. So there was a reason for the caution after all here. So Evans, realizing his engine is expiring there, makes contact with Craig. Oh, excuse me, Craig right there. That sends him spinning in front of the small pack here. Gets up into the wall. Davidson and Riley Smith kind of get damage in that. I completely missed that there. I did not know an accident happened, but that is the reason why we are under caution here. Looks like Moore does some good wreck avoidance there. So does Big Mac. Yeah, good job for the 77 there. But yeah, that is why we're under caution. It's not just because his engine exploded. It's because he kind of got involved with the wreck there, and everybody does a great job of avoiding once again. And that is why we are under caution for, I believe, the 5th time today? Something like that? Looks like we will have pit stops again here, folks. Looks like Big Mac will stay out, but he's a lap down. Oh, I should give him the waiver line, right. And I did it wrong. Whoops. Okay, my argument right now is it's kind of hard to do it. Okay, but meanwhile, everybody heading to pit road here. Once again, I don't think anybody's staying out. And it looks like Pulaski got damaged. I wonder if that's Davidson as well. Maybe there was a bit of a stack up that I missed. I'll check. But anyways, pit stops here. And everybody, quick pit stops here, it seems like. Very tight pit road. Everybody's trying to get into their stalls. See if there's any mishaps. But it looks like it'll be the same running order here. Costa with a bit of a slower stop. Luke Evans, good stop. Third off the pit road. 3 wide coming off the pit road. It looks like that's going to work out for a couple of these drivers. But Jonathan Marks, once again, first off the pit road. Wrapping up another caution here. And another round of pit stops. There was a stack up under the last caution involving multiple drivers, including Stravosova. He got some damage in that, so it'll be interesting to see if any of that damage affected him in any sort of way. He was picking up some positions before the caution, very important positions compared to his teammate Peter Lane, who also has damage. And is he out? He is. He retired. Peter Lane retires. So it'll be interesting to see if Stravosova can gain by that. Can gain here on this restart here. Green flag is out. Pretty good restart here for Marks. Starting to fan out a bit. McThydick trying to get around the 0-0 here perhaps. Side by side here along with Parsons. Slides up a bit. Losing a bit of grip. Marks also sliding up as well, but Larson is not close enough to make a move, but gotta run down the backstretch. Will be making to make a move here in the tunnel turn here. Side by side for the lead. The Californians duking it out. And Marks just barely almost gets close up to the wall there. Too close for comfort, if you will. Side by side no longer. Larson will clear, and he is the new leader here. Marks trying to hold on to second at least, and it looks like he'll be able to do that. Going back here, Hoodless Wonders, a couple of slower cars here. But Stravosova, update on him. It looks like he is managing to make his way through the field. You can see him up there. Looks like that damage hasn't slowed him down one bit. As side by side here, now 3 wide, coming out of turn 1. That usually doesn't work. We haven't seen it work all day. Is that going to work this time? Oh boy. They are getting way too close for comfort here, especially entering the tunnel turn. Parsons looks like he's going to make it work. Evans, hang on to it. Yeah, he's going to hang on to it. Good driving there by the 0-0. As here comes Evelyn. Evelyn trying to take advantage of that. And he will. 3 wide once again for Evans. He's kind of struggling right now. And I would be scared if I was him with all the wrecks today. Trying to hang on to that car. Especially with how tight these cars have been. There's slower lap traffic. Well, not slow enough to get in the way of anybody so far, but definitely slow enough if they come up on lap traffic here soon. But we're coming close to the end here. Parsons looking to defend his victory, and he's doing a pretty good job of it right now, running third. But he's got to get around these 2 drivers here. Jonathan Marks and Skippy Larson already trying to get around 1 here. Did not have any room. Now he does. The hole opened up a bit. Now he's got a chance here. It's a cluster behind a mess, if you will, as Parsons moves up into second place. Stravosova currently running 17th, so that damage isn't quite affecting him as much as I thought it would, but definitely not as fast as he would like that car to be. Now it's second place, so Larson, almost a second gap between him and second place now, Michael Parsons. There's Stravosova there. Now has some side damage as well, and kind of stuck on the outside line here. Not the preferred line here, as he gets side by side with Scarrett here. It's been a rough day for Stravosova, but Peter Wayne is now out, and he's running solidly right now. Looking to take advantage of that, but he's going to get back down to the inside line here. He's in trouble of losing a ton of positions, and he'll drop back somewhat. Neil Dick still peaking down low. He's definitely not as fast as he would like that car to be right now, and he is dropping like a rock right now. Got to figure out some way to hang on to the lead, and that's a perfect place for him to get, well, not the lead, but, you know, hang on to that position. But he just doesn't have the speed off of corner exit as he would like to. And it's not his fault. That car is just all torn up. 10 laps to go here. The lead has shrunken down. Oh my goodness, here comes Parsons. He got such a big run that now he's going to clear for the lead here soon into the tunnel turn. Massive jump there for Parsons. As they're side by side here, top 4 have completely pulling away from Luke Evans, who continues to have a strong day. Parsons trying to clear. Can he? He will. So back out front. Larson trying to go for the crossover. Cannot get there. And so now Parsons once again leads. as he's leading 4 cars up front, 9 laps to go, seeing if he can defend his win here today, and seeing, is there another caution coming, or will we stay clean the entire way through? 4-car breakaway, 2-car breakaway here. Dan Sedgwick having a strong run. Evelyn goes a bit wide here, almost 3 wide there. Conwell thought about it, smart man, did not. It's a bit of a cluster behind. Near the end of the top 10, McThydig trying to go for third, trying to get around Marks. Side by side through the tunnel turn as Parsons starts to pull away here. Slower cars behind. They are out of harm's way so far. Shrivastava update on him. Scared is also struggling here, but he hasn't been damaged at all, so I'm not sure why he's kind of struggling right now. I mean, both of them are inside the top 20, so they'll gain valuable points. Especially Shrivastava here on Peter Lane, although not as many points as he would like to. Wayne is currently 35th, and he's probably not moving from that spot. Shrivastava can gain positions right now, and he is just not right now. He's just not fast at all. But let's focus on the lead the battle here. It's still Parsons out front, single file for the top 5 here. Conwell trying to make moves behind, trying to get around Quantre Wilson and Luke Evans here. Evans defending, trying to keep 6th place and keep the strong day going. Been competitive all day. He would love to get a top 10 finish. As the laps continue to wind down, Parsons and Larson starting to pull away a little bit from 3rd and 4th here. Crossing the line, completing another lap. Down long straightaway. Not sure if it's Long Pong or whatnot, to be honest with you. I forgot the straightaway names. And then you can see Shrivastava back on the outside here. Scarrett trying to take advantage of that. Definitely the damaged car might have gotten in the way there, honestly. And also Guerrero trying to get around Scarrett. He's just struggling right now, just on speed alone. And that's not what you want. That's not what you want at all with Scarrett. Considering you could come back in this championship battle if you pass all these cars in front of you and get a good finish here. And you are so close to a top 15 or top 10 finish as Conwell goes wide there. Parsons, 6 laps to go, crossing the start-finish line. Single file. Dan Sedgwick has caught up with McThydig. They are far away from 6th place here. Evans starting to drop back a little. Bit concerning for him. Manuel Sanchez trying to get around him in the 1 machine. And he'll get around the 00. Wilson also trying to get around 2. Sedgy has gone around McThydig. Larson closing in somewhat on Parsons here. Could get interesting coming to 5 laps to go here soon. Still slow traffic here behind. Not really doing much of anything. Get an update on Shrivastava right now. Just running single file here. Scared, trying to make the outside line work. Trying to get something going here. Which, I mean, that'll be better for him off a corner exit here, since I think he's... Well, once again, he's supposed to have a clean car. I don't think he's involved with any accidents today, but he just seems very slow right now. I'm not sure what's wrong with that 54 car right now, but he's definitely going to be back in this championship battle. 3 wide here. Venables, Conwell, and Luke Evans, as Luke Evans continues to fall back, getting tight here out front. Larson peaking. Larson looking a bit. Jonathan Marks also joining up on the fun here as the top 3 have completely pulled away from everybody else. And Parsons with a good entry here and good exit here. And he is going to start to pull away a little bit. 4 laps to go. And Parsons looking to defend his win here today. Looks like he might be able to do that. Going a bit wide here. Great chance for Larson here. Side by side. Larson is going to take the lead. Jonathan Marks right behind him, trying to get 2nd place back. Side by side here between the old dogs. They're fighting it out. Larson might be able to pull away here. Marks will clear for second. Now he has a chance at the lead here soon. And Larson starting to pull away a bit. But Marks will try to reel him in here soon. 3 laps to go. Count them. 3. It is getting down to the nitty-gritty here, folks. It's getting exciting. It's just like last year all over again. Marks slightly wide exit, or entry if you will, but a slightly wide exit, that's not going to help him at all. Larson pulls away a bit, pulls a bit of a gap. Top 3 are completely separated. Parsons trying to get second place back. That might ruin Marks' chances at the win here, but Parsons could possibly defend his win as they get single filed here behind. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Getting a little bit strung up behind here as well. As there goes Parsons for second place. Larson, that's going to allow Larson to pull away here. But 2 laps around this long racetrack is 2 laps is a long way away. 2 laps to go. Almost over half a second lead for Larson. Levester is still running, but I think he's not running very well, I think. 24th, not bad. And Parsons finishes his fight with Jonathan Marks. But he's got a long way to go to catch up with Larson here. Could it be like last lap last year when Parsons somehow managed to make his way by Perkins here on the last lap just barely? And he's closing in here a bit into turn 3. Closing in somewhat as they head down the front straightaway for the second to final time. White flag waving for Skippy Larson. Can he win today? Or will Michael Parsons do it once again in another photo finish? We will have to wait and see. He's closing in big time. Keeps closing in. Keeps running good laps. Brockmore way off the pace there. I think he has just pitted. If he gets in the way, he'll be parked. Parsons looking for some room here. Lap traffic might get in the way before. Parsons making the move. Into the tunnel turn, side by side. Him and Larson. Larson has the advantage coming out of the corner. Brockmore might get in the way here. Slower lap car, he just pitted. Parsons gonna have one more chance here. Gonna have a run possibly. No chance. Larson just can't mess up out of the exit. But Parsons has possibly got a run. Does he make a move? No, he doesn't. Skippy Larson wins Pocono. Less exciting finish than last year, but still very exciting. And a nice win for number 22 here today. Has mostly won at short tracks, but he gets a big track win here at Pocono, the Tricky Triangle. And what a wild and exciting race this was. Scared ends up 17th. Stravosova, my blind, where did he finish? 18th, right behind Scared, so that'll be valuable for both of them. They were kind of running there for most of the final run. Well, Larson burns it down on the front strip, celebrating another win, the first time on a big track for him. I thank you all for watching this replay of Pocono, a wreckfest perhaps, but it had a very interesting finish. I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next week for race number 19 of the season at Watkins Glen, our second to final road course race of the season. Bye!